Welcome to Bible at the Bunk. Here we are in Honesdale, Pennsylvania, with our special guest, Rabbi Dr. Jeffrey Coburn, head of school at North Shore Hebrew Academy in Great Neck, New York.
Very happy to be here.
Great to have you this morning.
Thank you.
We're in Kings chapter 12, and we see the character of Jeroboam ben Nevat. We just hear at the ends of chapter 11 and in continuation to chapter 12. We read about the rebellion, the split of the kingdom into the northern, southern kingdoms of Israel and Judah. I want to delve a little bit into the character of Jeroboam because we don't really know very much about him from the text. We pretty much just know he's the son of a widow, but the details are really scant. We can glean from some of those details that actually he had really strong administrative capabilities and qualities. He was a tax collector. He rose in the kingdom of Solomon in his sort of political hierarchy. And he has this sensitivity towards the financial burdens on the people. And that's what he ultimately kind of, requests from the new young king, Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, to ease some of that financial burden. What does that tell us kind of about him as a character, as a leader, as a threat to the kingdom of Rehoboam ultimately?
Well, a couple things come to mind. Number one, there's such peace at this time in the kingdom that the person who rises to the top is not a military hero, not a Yoav ben Tzruya who you had back in the book of Samuel, but a tax collector, a bean counter, a money manager guy. I think that's interesting. Number two, I think it also shows that it could be anybody. Anybody could be a leader. Anybody can rise to the top in the right set of circumstances. And anybody can be deemed a leader if they have that right cocktail of charisma and management skills and brains. And for a while he has it, and it's great. And he meets the prophet Achiyah, who tells him, you got it all as long as you follow all the directives of God and all the commandments. And then, of course, it's also almost foreshadowing the fact that that can't happen. It won't happen.
Right.
He's going to follow the same path. And this is what we see happening over and over again. Is this great leader comes to power and charisma, and people are following him, and then ultimately that downfall.
There's also a moment that, we see this is what the people need. Right? The financial burden feels heavy. He tries to alleviate it. They come to him and soften that. And so we have the combination there of, yes, this is the right kind of time. Things are great, but there's a real need in terms of the populace.
Well, part of what allows him to succeed is that Rehoboam is such a terrible leader who we see goes to two different groups of people for advice, has good advice and bad advice, and chooses the bad advice and just runs with it because he chooses to go with his friends who are his drinking buddies from when he was young, and they say,
right,
pound it on the people and don't worry about it. You're the king. You can do whatever you want, and that leads to his downfall, which is why the stage is set perfectly for Jeroboam to rise.
Great. And we'll see in the next chapter the continuation in the personal kind of downfall of Jeroboam.
Yes, we will.